What's going on, everyone? My name is Carlos and I am obviously ready for the 4th of July. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the American flag, just like my shorts. And I also brought my Cars Crocs because I'm just ready to celebrate. Today, I'm going to be giving out my 5 tips on car camping with the Ioniq 5. Now, I have slept in my car at least 20 to 30 different times. 30 is probably exaggerating, but at least 20 different times in my life. And I gotta say, even as a taller, bigger man, it's pretty comfy, not gonna lie. But here are my tips and tricks on car camping in your Ioniq 5. All right, first let's kind of go over what I normally do to set it up. So obviously I move the front seats. So once the front seats are moved up just a little bit, I go ahead and put down the back seats. So now you have all this space here. So my first tip is bring an inflatable mattress or a foldable mattress like I have, and I'm gonna show you guys in just a second what it looks like. I do have a twin-sized mattress that fits this whole area here. All right, here we are. So this is my foldable mattress. Yes, I know it's a little bit dirty. This is why we have bed sheets, but this is how much it fits when you have it folded. It honestly doesn't take too much room. In fact, you could even have these seats up and have your dog, like my dog Lisa, or the cooler or anything else. Foldable mattresses are really, really cool. Once you're ready to go to bed, you just unfold it. So basically you just push it, it unfolds. Well, I could have done a better job. Okay, there we go. So it unfolds and now you have all this space. Now, if it doesn't fit all the way, because obviously you need this to lock in with this, you can push the seats in the front just a little bit higher. Just as a side note, I like to have this seat as close to the mattress as I can for some cushion support. So that way I know it's not gonna like fold down like this. Because if you move this all the way to the front, you're gonna have a big gap. I haven't found anything to actually fill the gap pretty good. That's why I keep my seat close to the mattress, just so there isn't much of a gap. But yeah, so let's go ahead. Let me turn on the AC because it's actually really hot. All right, so we're gonna push this just a little bit forward. All right, so now you see that there's enough space for this to lock in. And so normally, if I'm about to go to bed, I can either close this first and go through the door, which I'll show you in just a second, or you can go through the trunk. However, the hard part about this is that you have this roof that's kind of like caved in. You have to kind of just be careful. The handle, I don't have the fancy pants card that closes on its own, but basically you grab the handle and there you go. Now, if you wanted to leave, you can't leave that way because there's no way to reopen it. So you do have to leave through the door. That's why I usually put my shoes to the side. In conclusion, it does fit a over 6 foot grown man who eats too much McDonald's, but it's so much comfy like this if you're camping, and you can definitely reach for anything you need here. This is actually a perfect example to show you what the difference between pushing your chair to the mattress and leaving a big gap. So this is pretty much fully to the front. And as you can see, now there's like no support, and I have this humongous space right here because the chair is too pushed forward. But with the chair leaning back a little bit, it stops the mattress from going down. So now you have way more support and you still have a gap. So you can still put like things over here like the cooler and stuff like that, but your mattress just won't be flopping as much because it's using the seat as like a support beam. So yeah, as I said, tip 1, make sure you get a foldable mattress, or if you're trying to save some money, just buy an inflatable mattress. Oh my God, you see all the bugs here, all the mosquitoes. Oh God, this was an awful idea. My second tip is gonna be with the lights. So if you don't know, you can actually dim your lights over here. So if you go all the way to 1, obviously it's bright, so you don't see bad at night. It makes a big difference between 1 and 10. But if you go to 1, kind of dim it there, and then from here, so you can actually turn off this display if you just go to setup, and then this button here that says display off, and that will turn off this whole display. Unfortunately, it does not turn this off. So again, that's where my tip is just to leave it at 1. Honestly, you won't notice it. I never do. But if you really, really want to, just buy like a small towel or bring like a small towel to cover it. It doesn't really affect me. I just leave it on. I don't really care. And then obviously turn off your headlights and everything if you go camping. So you just want to make sure that's from auto to off. All right, so my third tip is to try to bring some type of window mesh. I'll try my best to show you guys here. All right, so here is the window mesh. And basically it just goes over the window, the whole door actually. And you just kind of slide it on. Now again, this one's made specifically from Hyundai, so you know yours may vary, But then I have, just to kind of show you up close, basically it blocks out the whole window. You have extra pockets here. All right, so when you close it, obviously it gives you privacy. So not only does it give you privacy, but you get your own little window, and you can just unzip this as is. So this is unzipped, and now you can see outside, and you can even roll down the windows, and you don't really have to worry about the bugs. Or if this was on properly, you wouldn't have to worry about the bugs. So you can even roll down the window. You have a bug net. If you don't want to roll down the window, you can keep it up, and you can see through it. And when you're ready to go to bed, you just zip it up like that. So this has been very handy. And then obviously you can use any type of sunshade to just kind of block the main window here. This comes in a pack of 4, so it came with the front 2 doors and the back 2 doors, and it's been super helpful. All right, if you own a 2022 through 2024 Ioniq 5, you literally have unlimited options for USB. So you have 2 USB A's over here, 1 USB A over there, and then 2 more over here. Don't be afraid to use them. I literally, when I go camping, when I go car camping, I have at least 4 of these all hooked up. Don't be afraid to use them. It doesn't eat up that much battery. And speaking of battery, honestly, you really don't have to worry about it. Just know which location you're in, and as long as you're like 20 miles from a charger or supercharger, then you should be fine. Battery drain, I think the most I've ever seen it go down is 20%, but that's like in extreme conditions. Maybe I had the AC full blast or something. Most of the time I lose about anywhere from 10 to 15%. So as long as you have about 40% minimum, I would say minimum 40%, and then anything above that is perfect, then you should be okay. Really don't stress about the battery at all. I had everything plugged in and my battery was low. I think I've camped at like 30% before, and I was perfectly fine and just drove to the nearest Electrify America. So don't stress about battery. Your battery is fine, and go ahead and utilize all 4 of the USB A's. All right, last but not least, if we want to talk about essential things to bring with us, if you want to, this is completely optional, but it does help your camping trip. Basically, I have the vehicle to load by Hyundai. Now you can buy this through a third party like Lectron and others, but I have the official Hyundai one I bought from eBay. And what this does is basically it uses some of your battery on your car, but it allows you to plug in anything. So I've plugged in a movie projector once. I've plugged in a griddle to cook food. Basically, you can plug in almost anything and you can use it for appliances. The other thing I would recommend, and if you really wanted to do this, I haven't done this myself, is you can actually rent out, or I guess camp out at an RV station and bring a portable charger and just plug in your car while you're camping. You can just plug it in, leave it on, and just camp inside, so that way you have a full charge by the time you leave. Now I've never done this before, but I've seen other YouTubers do it. So this is a portable charger from Lectron. You can use this, take this with you. It is very, very light and compact, so you can bring it with you. These are kind of like additional accessories to your camping trip that I would recommend. I'm literally dying of heat making this video. So is Lisa. Lisa's over here. Even though she's hot, she still loves playing with her balls. I do have a couple last bonus tips. Number 1, always bring extra plastic bags, because you never know when you need them for anything dirty or for the trash or anything like that. Plastic containers will be your friend if you want to carry extra plates or napkins or anything like that. I usually have like small little plastic bins to place those things. And last but not least, let's say you wanted to leave your car on and you had to go run to the bathroom, or any type of situation where you want to leave the car on because it's very hot outside. Now this doesn't have a camp mode, obviously, and you can't just lock the door from your phone or anything like that. So the trick everybody does is they roll down their window so the car is still on. What you can do is press the button on the back to release your key, leave the fob inside. You can hide it if you want, and then from there lock the door. So I'm going to lock it here and then roll up the windows, and there you go. So now your car is on, keeping it cool, and it's locked so nobody can grab it. So just to kind of prove it to you. Oh God, this is embarrassing. There you go. So yeah, it's locked, completely locked, no way to get in, but you do have your 1 key. So once you're ready to go back inside, you just want to push this, stick it in. That's what she said. And then twist. There we go. And there you are. So that is like the hidden way of keeping your car on while being safe about it, keeping it locked, and going somewhere else. All right, I am like literally dying. Mosquitoes are eating me like it's Golden Corral. I hope any of these tips help. Car camping is actually really fun, and I feel like, I know car camping has been a thing for a long time, but I feel like it really hit its peak when Tesla kind of released camp mode and all that, and people are sleeping in their Teslas all the time. I think EVs really kind of push this car camping lifestyle. Again, I know car camping has been the thing for a long time, so I'm not saying EVs invented it, but I feel like EVs did kind of like give that push. With all that said, I hope you guys have a great July 4th. Happy Independence Day, happy USA Day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace, stay safe out there.